Hello, hello. Welcome to the Love Work Show. I'm Nicole Moore. I'm a love coach. I help women attract in an amazing, high-quality man. And on the Love Work Show, it's my opportunity to go a little bit deeper with you on love and relationship topics and to do some Q&A. So I want to make sure that you all can hear me live. Last week we had a problem where you could not hear the audio. So if you're listening live and you can hear me, let me know, okay? So first of all, we're a little bit more casual version. Hey, Gabby, can you hear me? You type in and let me know if you can hear me. Just want to make sure you guys can. Hi, Michelle. Can you guys hear me? Last week we had a little bit of a problem with the audio. Okay, awesome. I had a backup computer just in case. But anyway, first of all, my lovely hat. We have a little bit of a casual version of Love Work Show today. The reason is because right after this, I'm going to the spa to have a facial and a massage. My friend got me a 2-hour spa gift certificate. Is that not amazing? Hey, Julie. So here's the deal, ladies. I'm filled with energy because I had a retreat with my amazing clients this weekend. And it really felt like the best retreat I've ever had in so many ways. And the whole time I was just getting so connected to the depth of what I'm here to teach. And I really feel that at the end of the day, what I'm bringing to people is knowing their worth. Knowing their worth on such a deep level that it is not a question. And it's time for us to own it, ladies. It is time for us to own it on every single level. Because here's the deal. You know, one of my clients, Christy, it was so funny because I didn't even realize this, but I share with my clients sometimes that when I was dating, I had my ego mind telling me that I had to be certain ways that I was not, right? So one of the things it was telling me was that I had to be more bubbly. For those of you who know me, I'm not really a bubbly person. I'm a friendly person. I'm a positive person, but I'm not bubbly. Like my friend Julie is bubbly. I'm not that energy. But I had this belief, I don't know why, but had this belief that I had to be a certain way in order to be accepted by a man. But I am not that way. And you all have this, whether it's to be accepted by the man you want or the clients that you want. Julie's saying yes. Yeah, you are bubbly. You know, we all have these beliefs. I can't have X because I am not Y enough. And it's time to be done with that. So I was thinking I had to be bubbly and all of this. And one day I was like, you know what? This. Woo! that was really loud on my desk. F this. Hey, Bridget, good evening. You must be in Europe or somewhere else in the world. It's morning for me. So I said, F this. I am not a caramel latte. To me, caramel latte meant, super sweet. And that's just my interpretation of what I was thinking the energy I should be. It's like, I'm not a caramel latte. I'm an espresso. I'm bold. I'm intense. I'm refined. It takes a lot to appreciate an espresso, right? You have to appreciate the quality of the bean itself, right? It's not like there's so much sugar loaded in and all of that. Anyway, not that one is better than the other. But that was my way of mentally claiming who I am and making it good. Because before I thought I was too intense for a man. I thought I was too deep for a man. I thought I was too spiritual for a man. And that was keeping me from what's meant for me. So the point of the story is my client, Christy, Mike, my husband, his last name is Biscotti, which for those of you who don't know, I don't know if anyone doesn't know what a biscotti is, but it's a small Italian cookie that is only served with espresso. Are you guys hearing me on this? I didn't even realize this until she pointed this out, that I claimed that I am an espresso with everything in my being. What it meant to me was I am deep, I am intense. I may not be coveted by everyone, but the connoisseur understands the value that I'm bringing. That was just my way of getting it. One of my friends, she says, I'm like this fine champagne. I told one of my clients that she's like that too. So I claimed that, I owned it. F me thinking I have to be all these other things. What I am is valuable. And then I attract in my man, Mike, whose last name is literally Biscotti. Gail's saying I'm Italian. Isn't that crazy? But it's not crazy when you understand manifesting and when you understand manifesting love. So you want to attract the right partner for you. You want to attract the match for you because A relationship can be challenging no matter what, but if you're not with someone who's a match for you, have you been in those relationships? It's really, 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 really difficult. But if you're with someone who is a match for you, the relationship goes a lot better. So how do you attract someone who's a match for you? You own it. You own what you are, you own it fully, and then you have to make up the story about why exactly what you are bringing is valuable. And that's hard to do as women, I know, because we are told from the moment that we're born that we are not XYZ enough. But as I was looking at this beautiful room full of women, my clients this weekend, and they're like all the most amazing women on the planet. And I had them do this one exercise, which I teach my clients, which I won't go into, but it's an exercise to have them own what they're bringing to men. Because so often we are like, are they going to choose me? Are they going to choose me? Are they going to choose me? Am I good enough? Are they going to choose me? And I had them do this exercise where they actually own what they're bringing to the table and really highlight that. And I saw them transform, and I saw them smile, and I saw them get how valuable they are. That's owning it. What stops us from owning it is the thought of comparison. I'm not XYZ that I should be, therefore I'm not worthy. And here's the deal with manifesting. I shared this at my retreat, and I want to share this with you. Here are 3 things you need to manifest. Number 1, clarity. You need to understand what you want. It's my belief that life brings you the experiences to help you get there. So I couldn't attract in my man Mike when I was unclear about what I really wanted. Like I had an idea from my ego that I should be with like an entrepreneur, for example. But really I wanted a quality underneath that. Does that make sense? Selena's saying, my personality is too strong and overpowering. I know I'm fabulous, and the Mike man will love that about me. It's just the waiting that gets me sometimes. So you might be an espresso too, Selena, but I wouldn't wait, actually. I don't believe in waiting for a man. I believe in manifesting your man in. So I love that you're owning it, but I want you to be in a place of empowerment. Like I'm waiting for my prince to arrive is not empowering for a woman, but I'm consciously bringing him in. Each date is getting better. I'm bringing in better and better men. That's the state of empowerment for a woman. So if you don't know how to get there, type a note there. One of my team members, we have so many free resources, you guys. We have free resources. You can get on the phone with one of my coaches. Type if you want help, Selena, type in like, I want LoveWorks to help me, and my team will get in touch with you and we'll give you some resources. We'll give you something to get started. Gabby's saying my favorite exercise. Yay! I love that. Michelle's saying agree with Gabby. Julie's saying it does get better. Okay, so can you guys see these comments without me pressing show? Anyway, so first thing you need to manifest is, clarity. What do you want? Really, what do you want? Okay. Second thing you need to manifest is belief. Do you believe you can have it? Do you believe that the right man is out there for you? Do you believe that he will want you? All of that stuff. But then the third piece is worth. And that's where owning it comes in. If you do not feel worthy for what you want, it is very, very hard for it to come in. And if it does come in, you lose it. It's like a lottery winner who isn't aligned to wealth and they lose all the money. Or the woman who gets a really great guy and she sabotages, right? So Reagan says, I love more resources. Reagan, email love@loveworksmethod.com. You can actually get on the phone with Mike. I don't know if you guys know this, but Mike has been doing some coaching calls with women in my community, and they're going really well, and he really loves helping you. And he has a man's perspective on things, and he's like loving it. So, that's also available to you. So the third piece is owning it. I have to feel worthy for what I want. The only reason you don't feel worthy is because you have ideas in your mind about what you should be. And you're comparing that to what you are. And what you need to understand on a fundamental level is what you already are is amazing. And it's not just hearing it. There's a very big difference between hearing it and being it. I know I should love myself. I know I'm amazing. Even Selena saying, I know I'm amazing. Right? But if we got down to it, there might be a part of you that doesn't know that, right? So you have to decide that what you are, Michelle's saying Mike is doing coaching calls. Yes, he is. And he's loving it. You have to decide that what you are is valuable. And you have to let go of the voice that's telling you any other thing. So, and it's hard. So, hi, Ashley. So, how do you do this? You have a conversation with yourself and you convince yourself and you tell it to yourself until you get there. So I'll share I already shared this with you guys vulnerably. Hey, Liz, but I'll share vulnerably. Some of you who are in my LoveWorks community know that I've been, working on my health. My clients helped me this weekend with a manifestation of that. I'm so grateful for all of you. But I've been working on my health for a while, and let's just say something happened to my hormones that created a cascade that resulted in me gaining quite a bit of weight, much more so than I'm comfortable with, much more so than I ever actually thought I would be at this weight because I'm such a healthy person. And there was a time in my life where I really believed that my appearance was my value. And I was comparing myself to all these other women. And I was thinking, I'm not beautiful. I'm not white. I'm part white, but that's besides the point. I'm not white. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. And it created for me this life where I always felt like I wasn't good enough in the realm of appearance. And I remember when I first started my business, I would worry about what I look like to clients. I don't know if some of you have client-based businesses, and if you've ever gone to an event or something, I would worry about what I look like because there was a part of me that thought that I had to be good enough there. And so I projected that onto other people. So I didn't feel good enough about how I looked. And then I projected that other people would worry about how I looked when probably no one's worrying, right? But that's what we do. If you have a part of you that you feel is not worthy, you're going to project that onto a man and assume he's thinking you're not worthy for that. A lot of women do it with weight. A lot of women do it with, I have a lot of women who are entrepreneurs now, and there's this whole other conversation of I have to make XYZ amount of money in my business to be worthy, right? It's just the ego. But whatever we think we're unworthy of, we project it and assume other people are going to judge us for that. It becomes crazy making. So I went through that with my image. I even went through that with clients. I remember when I hosted my first retreat, which was not that long ago, but years ago. And I remember thinking oh, are they going to think I look good, right? So here's the thing. But I had this conversation with myself at this retreat with my clients, and I was so grounded in it really doesn't matter what I look like. What I'm bringing to them is so valuable. And who I am is so valuable. And that's the important piece, right? But here's the honest truth, ladies. I'm a human being. So I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh God, I couldn't, not all the beautiful clothes that I have in my closet fit. And so I picked an outfit. Julie's saying, I appreciate your vulnerability. Thank you. I picked an outfit that I knew I could rock out, that I knew I looked good in. I wore this, beautiful necklace and this I don't know, this pink, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm a human being. So, I obviously would like to look differently, and I have an ego too. And my ego wants to tell me stories all day long that have me not be in my power. And one of the ways that we're not in our power as women is we listen to this voice in our head that tells us your value is in outside things. Your value is in your weight. Your value is in your job. Your value is in whether he texts you back or not. Your value is in, where you live. All these different things. And that voice steals your power, ladies. And I want to give you your power back, because when you're powerful, you manifest way quicker. So now where I'm at, that voice is temporary, but I'm telling you this because, Grabby's saying you wore this amazing dusty rose long sweater. Fabulous. Yeah, I still know how to look good, you guys. But I have a moment of a conversation because I'm a human being. But I know how to shut it down and be in the conversation of self-worth so I can serve my clients and not even think about how I look because I'm so grounded in what I'm bringing to the table. Imagine if you could do that on a date. Imagine if on a date you didn't actually have that voice in your head analyzing you all day long and worrying, but you were grounded in what you were bringing to the table. Your worth is in your being. Your worth is in your being. It's not in what you do. It's not in what you look like. It's in what you're bringing to the table. And when you own that, what you have to give to someone, you will feel worthy. You'll start to own it. Your shoulders will lean back. And the little ego concerns that used to bring you down, stop you, keep you away from your power will not do that anymore. So how do you own it? You catch this voice that's trying to steal your power by comparing you to what you think you should be, which is ludicrous anyway. We all know this. You know, it was so funny. There was a moment in the retreat where one beautiful woman was talking about certain reasons why she doesn't feel beautiful in her body, and she mentioned her tummy, you know, and then another woman was like, oh my God, my tummy's so flat and I feel like that's not worthy. And it was this beautiful moment of going like, okay, this is like the collective insanity. One woman's going, my tummy's too big. Another woman's going, my tummy is too flat, right? And how many of us would go, I'll take a flat tummy? I know I would. Because we think that if we have that, we're going to feel more worthy. But then someone with a super flat tummy, hot body is going, oh no, but I feel like this doesn't make me worthy. It's the ego. It's the comparison. So you have to take your worth back. You have to take your power back. And that happens when you're not a person who's listening to this voice in your head. Oh, I'm bad. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm too fat. Oh, I'm too thin. Oh, I don't make enough money. Oh, I'm not beautiful enough. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talkative enough. I'm not this enough, right? Mine, for me, it was I'm not bubbly enough. That's BS, right? It's bullshit. So if you're a woman who's living like this, the voice, the ego voice, talking, you're not good enough. Yes, I am. No one's going to love you. Yes, you're right. You're overweight. Yes, you are. If you're a woman who's doing this, you cannot have a great relationship with a man because you have no power. But most women are doing this. This is the ego voice. This is the fear voice. This is, you'll never find love. You're not worthy. He's not going to choose you. He's going to abandon you. He's going to cheat on you. You're overweight. You're underweight. You don't make enough money for the kind of guy you want. All of that. Dating sucks, right? If you are listening to this all day long, you have no power. That's why you can't manifest. It's not because you can't manifest. So you got to take your power back. And when this voice talks, you have to have another voice that talks back, and that's stronger. I call that the voice of love. But it's that voice that you put in there. Owning it is because you put that voice in there. You're not good enough. Well, yes, I am, because I bring this to a man. I bring this to a man. I have these qualities. You talk back to that voice until the loving voice is stronger. That's how you own it. It's not that everyone wakes up owning it. I had to write in my journal when I used to work in an office, I'm more confident than I ever dreamt I could be hundreds and hundreds of times before I could be a confident woman. So I hope this helps encourage you to own it, because your worth is in your being. Manifesting comes from clarity. It comes from belief, and it comes from worth. And if you don't have that worth piece, it's very hard to bring what you want in. So I hope this is helpful for you. If anybody has any questions, I'll take a couple of questions. Shoshani saying, the text back part, I totally get that. Yes. Can't wait to be with you, love, in Man Attraction Bootcamp. Hey, Liz, your worth is in your being. Yeah, you know this. You know this. Gail saying, so we manifest because we believe we're worth it, not trying to manifest so we feel worthy. Exactly. You can't manifest a man to make you feel worthy. Like, you get crappy men that way, or men that hurt you. You have to know you're worthy first. And there are flukes. Sometimes you bring it in, but then you sabotage it, right? I had an amazing boyfriend when I was 23 years old that treated me so well and loved me so much. But I didn't have the self-worth piece. So I sabotaged it, and I systematically pushed him away until he broke up with me. And he wanted to marry me. We had talked about our children's names. We were going to name them Brooke and Carter. And why I liked those names at the time, that was, but not that those are bad names, but like, we had gone down that path, and he broke up with me because I was not happy with myself. So the worth is a critical piece. Now, you also have to have the clarity. You also have to have the belief. But the worth is a critical piece. And you get that by owning it. It will not be given to you by anything else other than you. Carrie's saying, I'm waiting for the year. I think you mean coaching. I know I need to heal myself before I manifest a great man. Do you mean get and keep your man, Carrie? So if you do, I would do Man Attraction Bootcamp first, because so many women who do Man Attraction Bootcamp jump into Get and Keep Your Man. But that, I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Like, the women who did Man Attraction Bootcamp, they just got on like this super high love vibration. It's amazing to see. So it's absolutely a powerful program. So if you mean that you're waiting to do Get and Keep Your Man, email love@loveworksmethod.com. Get on the phone with Mike. He'll help you out. But we'll also tell you about Get and Keep Your Man's changing a little bit. So we'll see which one's the best fit for you, if that's what you mean. Michelle's saying, how do you speak with a love voice? What words do you use? So here's what you need to know, Michelle. A Course in Miracles says, love will enter into any mind that is truly willing. So your first step is willingness. So you know how I don't know if you guys know, but in AA, I've never done AA, but I did buy the Alcoholics Anonymous book when I was in mental hell because I was trying to break my negativity addiction. So I said, well, maybe something in this book will help me break my negativity addiction. So I bought the Alcoholics Anonymous book, even though I wasn't an alcoholic, but I was just trying to figure it out. And the first thing you have to do in that program is say, I give it up. I can't do this. I'm handing this over. So the first step to speaking with a love voice is getting you are powerless over your fear voice. Talking to you all day long. And you're like, yes, I'm not worthy. You're right, right? Oh, my mom told me that, or one of my clients, like her dad said, you're overweight. You're not going to find love. I get that one because I had a dad who called me overweight too. She's not believing this anymore, but it's like, oh, your dad says that. And then it becomes your voice. No man's going to want you. No man's going to want you. You're right. I should just stop dating. I should just stay in my house, right? So this has control over most people. According to David Hawkins, who wrote Power versus Force, 2/3 of the planet is on the vibration of fear, right? So 2/3 of the planet is in the grip of a fear voice that's so strong that they don't know how to break it. So the first step is giving up control. You literally say, I need help. Pray to whatever you believe in, angels, God, Holy Spirit, etc. I cannot do this on my own. I am powerless over this fear voice. I need you to help me. Then the next step is I am willing to think with love. I am willing to think with love. And what I did was I imagined love saturating my mind. I literally saw love coming into my mind in every single cell and saturating my mind. And that's where I started. And then I would just pray, help me to see this with love. Help me to think with love. I read A Course in Miracles. I saturated my mind with positivity, with Marianne Williamson. Now I have programs that I teach this to women, but I saturated my mind. And then I would meditate. And then I would ask, can I hear the loving voice within? I just did this for my clients, and they all wrote these beautiful letters to themselves from the voice of love. And it was so beautiful what the voice of love said to them. So if you accept that you're powerless first, then you hand over your mind to love, then you get quiet, then you ask, eventually you'll hear a voice, and you'll know it's the voice of love because of how it makes you feel. It makes you feel good. I hope that is helpful. And, that's a brief overview, of course. If you want to know more, like this is all I do all day long, Michelle, is I help women disconnect from fear and connect to love. Harry's saying, do you have a coaching program that helps heal the inner child? Yes. Get and Keep Your Man. Absolutely, positively, without a shadow of a doubt, Get and Keep Your Man helps you heal your inner child. Carrie, just email Mike. Just email Mike at loveworksmethod.com. He'll get on the phone with you. He'll talk through options. He'll give you some exercises. He'll take you through our love alignment assessment, which is how we can tell how close or far away you are and how much healing you need to do. But absolutely, Get and Keep Your Man helps you heal your inner blocks for sure. Julie's saying, I love that visual so much. Reagan, I know. I thought you were with your man. I was seeing pictures. Okay. My man of 6 months seems to have gotten maybe too comfortable and doesn't seem to notice me in a sexual, desiring way lately. I'm starting to get insecure and needy, want more loving attention, which brings my energy down. I feel less appreciated, less attractive, less valued. How can I break this cycle? How can I talk to him about it, or should I just own my energy? Okay. Yes. So Reagan, we need to turn this around. I know you, Reagan. So I know this is most likely happening from you. Okay. So I recommend for 30 days, you do not even focus on him. You got to get back to feeling sexy. You live in New York. So go to S Factor, Reagan. Go to an S Factor class. For those of you who don't know it, it's pole dancing. Go to an S Factor class. Go get your sexy back. Go buy some lingerie. Go buy some amazing outfits and put them on and look at yourself in the mirror and think about how hot and sexy you are. And think about how desirable you are. You know, do you remember the Attraction Factor Challenge? For those of you who don't know, that was a challenge I did last year. Reagan saying, I love dance classes. So if you remember the Attraction Factor Challenge, Reagan, I think you did that one. One of them was the exercise of walking down the street like you're dripping diamonds. Do that one. Like, you got to get back into your own attractiveness. So if I were you, I would start off by saying, I'm the sexiest woman on the planet. I'm the most attractive woman in the world. And I would build that story. You know, in New York, you have the benefit of having so many men on the street who will pay attention to you, right? Like, you just get it all day long. So I would build that energy up. I would do the sex chakra magnet exercise. I know you know what these are because you follow all my stuff, right? Build that energy in you so much. Do it for 30 days. If he's still not responding, then maybe it's something in him. But ladies, men are mirroring you always. Men are always mirroring you. So he found you attractive in the beginning. He does still find you attractive now. I promise you. You're also very attractive, right? So you're beautiful. This is something happened in you where now you're looking to him to validate you. And that's the unattractive energy. Right? Julie saying you should go with Gabby and Rachna. Yeah, for sure. Is Reagan and Maya? But yeah, this is about you, Reagan, and I know you know that, but you're never going to get it from him. The motto of the ego, according to A Course in Miracles, is seek and do not find. So the ego will have you keep seeking worth, keep seeking sexiness, keep seeking validation outside of you. You can't find it there. So it's so easy for you, Reagan. Go to S Factor. Like, it couldn't be more easy with you being in New York, right? Go to X Factor. Get those classes. Feel sexy. Wear the stripper shoes. And you will shift. Gabby saying I'm in. Yeah, you should do that too. Carrie saying, love all the information you give. You're welcome. I hope I can help you. You know, I really, really hope I can. Definitely, we do so much inner child work in Get and Keep Your Man. And women who do Get and Keep Your Man transform on such a deep level, it's crazy. Like, all the women were telling me this weekend, they're like, Nicole, I don't even know what's happening in this program, but it's the most powerful program I've ever been in. So you'll love it. Why is it that all of these profile pictures look professional? Do you mean my profile pictures? Or no? If you mean my profile pictures, then it's because I had professional photos done. But if you mean dating profiles, then I'm not sure. Mary's saying, you're wonderful. I appreciate your honesty. I was married for 25 years to an abusive husband. He was diagnosed as a narcissistic sociopath. During hard times, I still hear his voice saying how worthless. How can I turn this voice off? So first of all, Mary, I am so sorry that you went through that. I went through being with a narcissist, not for as long, and I wasn't married. I was with him for 4 years. And he told me things like, no white men are going to find you attractive. You're lucky that I'm with you because no other man will want to be with you. All of these horrible things. So I get it. I get that for sure. And, you know, for me, it was a process of letting go of that voice. But I've realized that the reason I attracted him in was because, for many reasons, but, you know, I had critical father. I had not the best love, not the best childhood. And I realized that he was just a projection of so many things I had thought about myself. A louder voice, right? But, you know, there is, it's not that I didn't feel attractive, but as a biracial woman, I did feel at times maybe I'm not as attractive because I'm not the ideal that's promoted in America. So him saying that, it's not that I necessarily consciously believe that, because, you know, the honest truth is I pretty much, all of my boyfriends have been white, right? But him saying that was the deepest depth of that line of thinking, if that makes sense. So I attracted that in because part of it was in me. And so when I got that he was a loudspeaker for every single fear that I had ever had, I had to go in and heal that fear within me. And when I healed that fear within me, I wasn't afraid of attracting someone like that anymore. So, but you've been through a trauma. You've been through a major, major trauma. And so it's normal to repeat that over and over again. in your head. My mind would try and repeat stuff that my ex did to me in my head. And every time it happened, I would just say, stop, 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 stop. And I would redirect. So for someone who's been through a lot of trauma, I recommend Emdr Therapy, which is a form of therapy that can help you with releasing trauma. I have a video, Mary, called How I Survived a Relationship with a Narcissist. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it there. And there I share some of my journey. But, it takes time, but it can absolutely positively be done. You have to get that he was just a projection of every single one of your fears. And when it's a beautiful opportunity to heal that so you can really be whole. I hope that makes sense. And again, I'm so sorry that you went through that. Julie's saying, my picture is professional because we have the same photographer. Also, I just attract radiant, amazing women. Yeah, I don't think everyone's profile picture is professional, but I do attract in a lot of entrepreneurs, and a lot of entrepreneurs have professional photos. So I hope you've enjoyed this, ladies. I hope it inspires you to own your worth. And I hope you come back to the next episode of the Love Work Show, which will be next Monday, I believe. I may be flying at that time, so we'll send an email out. But if I'm not flying, I'll be in New York City next week. If I'm not flying, it'll be at 9 a.m. Pacific. So sending you all lots of love. Own it, own it, own it, own it. Own who you are. Your worth is in your being. All right, ladies. Bye.